Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to the SRC Arena here at the University of California, Riverside. My name's Christian Filliman. I'll be your moderator. Most people call me Philly, not because I'm from there or a fan of the equestrian lifestyle, just simply a play on my last name, Filliman. Who am I? I'm sure many of you are asking and wondering. I've been the UCR broadcaster for men and women's soccer, men and women's basketball, and baseball for the past couple of seasons. So now that we got out of that way, let's start the festivities. We are beyond excited to have everybody here today as we take this important step in the continued rise of UC Riverside's men's basketball. Over the past 5 years, our program has reached some incredible heights, a pair of 20-plus win seasons and a trip to the NIT. And today, we are excited to build upon that momentum. We're here to introduce a leader who brings a championship experience, proven player development, and a bold vision for the future of UC Riverside men's basketball. This is a commitment to elevating the standard and continuing our rise not only in the Big West Conference, but beyond even that. Again, thank you for joining us on this special occasion. It's nice to see this room filled. I got to say that right here. A couple empty seats there, if anybody wants to fill them there. To begin our formal program, please join me in welcoming our Chancellor, the man who leads our university every day. A round of applause, please, for Chancellor Kim Wilcox.
Thanks, Philly, and thanks to everybody for being here. Lots said, written. I'm looking at scribes in the back about athletics and basketball. And one of the usual trite phrases is it's the front porch of the university. It's the piece that people see. And that is true in many regards. But universities have lots of doors, lots of windows, lots of ways to observe us. I think more fundamentally, athletics is part of the university itself and where we see ourselves and where we want to be. Universities are not about today. Universities are all about tomorrow. We spend all of our time thinking about, I have the great privilege of being chancellor, and I spend my time thinking about the university and the country 20 years from now. Yes, I have to work on some things for today, but my thoughts are about 20 years from now. And it's not just the individual students who will be civic leaders 20 years from now. It's about what we can contribute as an institution, our research productivity, our connections with the community, our driving of the economy, thinking about the future. Athletics is all about the future. Coach knows once you get to February or March, it's next season. Right. You're always thinking about the future in incremental annual steps, but also building a program. I don't like to talk about our basketball team. I like to talk about our basketball program. That's what's important. Having an entity that sees value in itself, has values itself, and is thinking about the long game, not the 1 year, 1 season game. And so it's a delight and honor to be here with my 2 colleagues, one of them brand new, to continue to think about that kind of future. And futures are built by individuals. We have been blessed at Riverside to have, I'm looking around the room, I could count I was gonna say 20, but there's more like 50 great individuals who are shaping that future for us. And one of them's right here beside me. Wes is a partner, not just in creating a stronger athletics program, but a partner in building a stronger university. At the end of the day, we're going to be measured in the collective, not by one team's win-loss record, but the collective of the University of California, Riverside. And I'm proud to have a partner like Wes to help us build just that. So without further ado, our athletics director, Wes Millett.
Thank you, Kim. Thank you. Thank you, Philly, and thank you to everyone here this morning. And of course, welcome Gus. Welcome Hannah, Bo, and Ace to our family. So welcome. Before I begin, I just want to thank those who played a key role in the search process. Obviously, Chancellor Wilcox, our Vice Chancellor of Student Affairs, Dr. Haynes, our Vice Chancellor of Health, Wellbeing, and Safety, Dr. Denise Woods, our entire search committee, our coaches and staff who were part of the process, and Katie Young-Stout with Turnkey ZRG, who led the search process for us this year. Also, Krista, Joe, DJ, Josh, Ebony, Chelsea, Jessica, and others. If y'all could just raise your hand real quick. I kind of want everybody to see those behind the scenes, men and Josh that do so much for us every day to pull this off. So thank you. And on behalf of all of us, we have to thank Coach Magpayo for the unbelievable job he did over the last 5 years, he and his staff, getting this program to where it is today. So Mike, you're at Fordham, but thank you. And we've got Gus to carry us forward, so we're in great shape. So folks, as Kim said, the university is not about today. It's about thinking about tomorrow. And yes, he has a lot to think about today. And in athletics, we have a lot to think about every day. As Coach Musselman knows, every day we're engaged now in portal combat, right? We're trying to figure out what's next with NIL. We're trying to figure out how to manage through all of these things. But when we think about our athletics program and the role that it plays for the university overall, what's really important is that we've built something special here over the last 5 years, especially. Stan is here today, Stan Morrison. I told Stan when I took over 5 years ago, and Kim entrusted me with the program, that same thing I told Kim. Never gonna let you down. I'm gonna give you everything I got, and you're gonna get my level best every single day. And 5 years later, I hope, Stan, that you are proud of the program, that where this is right now and what we've been able to do, as I know Kim is. So thank you. So how did we get there? Just quickly. We are where we are today because of our culture. It's a culture that cares, it's listening, it meets people where they are to help them get to where they need to go or where we want them to be. It's because of our mission. We are focused on the student-athlete experience. We're focused on building and preparing them for opportunities in life through sport. And it's because we're focused on creating a great student-athlete experience. It's like Dr. Haynes and I have talked about for the last 5 years. If the students have a great experience, they're gonna have great success. So that's what we focus on building. Academically, thanks to Michelle Almazan and her team, our student athletes are performing at a very high level. They have a cumulative GPA of 3.22 and a single year academic progress rate scores of 985, 984, 991 in 3 of the last reporting years, and a graduation success rate for the most recent 6-year cohort of 92%. So Michelle's right there. She's also the engine that drives this program along with Joshua Smith. Competitively, our program has won championships in men's soccer, men's women's track, men's women's cross country. We've turned around women's basketball. And women's golf, our head coach, Mary Ritchie, is right here. We've produced several of the nation's top performers, including half of UCLA's current roster. We're the number 5 in the country, top 5, thanks to Coach Ritchie and others. So in short, we've earned the respect of all those around the NCAA, as evidenced by the more than 200 coaches who came after this job and expressed interest in it. We've come a long way in 5 years. We're always focused on forward and focused on the future. But the process of finding a head coach allows you to reflect on your past. It allows you to reflect on where you've been, what you've done, and think about where you're going, which is important because you have to look at the data points that help inform your decision-making process. And what data points do we have that say about our men's basketball program? Simply put, this program has achieved the second best overall win-loss record in the 11-team Big West Conference over the last 5 years. We earned our first postseason appearance in a Division I era with the berth in the NIT this year. We became the top 3 team in the Big West for the last few years, a league that went from 29th to the 12th best conference in the country this past year. We've experienced back-to-back 21 seasons. We finished 4 of the past seasons above 500. We went 14-1 at home this year, and saw an attendance increase of 28% year over year. We have multiple all-conference players. We've generated NBA players in Zion Pullen. We have overseas pros. We've beaten Power 4 and high major opponents like Arizona State, Colorado State, Washington, and we were within 3.4 seconds of beating UCLA 2 years ago. We didn't think we'd get invited back, but we got invited back, Coach, because we have to build a new team, and they're like, we don't know who you've got this year, but we're gonna go back and we're gonna beat them. So be there, and we got paid very well for this game. So, like I say, we'll play anybody, anywhere, anytime for any sum of money. Coach Muss, we still got to build our schedule. So when we look at all of these things and we look at the excitement that's been brought back to the city and the engagement with our alums, with our former players, with our student body, with our staff, with our faculty, we had to think, who's the right person to pick up this torch and carry it forward? So after talking with and interviewing many great candidates across the country and what proved to be an unbelievably competitive and an incredible process, and I want to thank all of the candidates who aren't here who competed in it because they did an amazing job. it became clear that the man to my left, Gus Argenal, rose to the top. Why? Because Gus knows what a championship program looks like. He knows what it takes to build a championship contender. He understands that we will never be a program that wins at any cost or does what it takes, regardless of morals or standards, to do what we need to do to win. We will never be that program. He has an expansive coaching resume that includes unbelievable success at many stops along the way. At Arkansas, he worked with Coach Muss, signed the highest ranking recruiting class in Arkansas history. Those guys won 50 games in 2 years. They had an Elite Eight and a Sweet 16 appearance, included wins against 3 number 1 seeds, Gonzaga, Auburn, and Kansas. At Nevada, also worked with Coach Muss and helped build the team and lead them to their 3rd West Mountain Championship in a row. Most recently at Cal State San Bernardino, as I've learned, San Bernardino. I'm an East Coast guy originally. I have to say all the syllables, San Bernardino. So at Cal State San Bernardino, he led the program to 50 wins. He's a 50-win guy. And made a Final Four appearance and a round of 32 NCAA appearance. Gus's experience is outstanding. He's won at the high major level, the mid-major level, the Division II level. He's had great success in the SEC. He's had great success in the Mountain West. He played and coached at UC Davis. He's coached at Fullerton. He knows what it takes to be successful in this conference and in this league. He's a consummate professional. He's an elite recruiter. He can build rosters that can reach a postseason. He does it the right way. He's coached NBA players. He has high character. He brings great energy and an unbelievable pedigree to UC Riverside. Gus Argenal is not only a coach who's ready to lead our program now. He's a good human. And you know we have a good humans only policy. That's important. So, Hannah, you have a great husband, and he's a good human. So, boys, you got a great dad. He's a good human. Everybody in this room, good humans. Good humans are important. It's what builds culture. So, to that end, I ask you to please officially welcome, this good human to my left, our new head coach, Gus Argenal, his wife Hannah, and his sons Bo and Ace to our UC Riverside family. Gus.
That was awesome. And as I start and I look around the room, I have to be taken back by this room. Like looking at the alumni that I just spoke to, the supporters of the program, the community members. I see the student athletes in the back that are here to support. Hopefully there's no class going on, but they're here. I want to thank you all for being here, and the administration, everybody for being here today, the cheerleaders, the spirit squad, all of that. I already feel love and support, and we are just getting started today. And that's a huge piece for me. Last night I went to the Riverside Sports Hall of Fame, and to go to that and see the history of the city, the history of the Inland Empire, you just get excited. I say fired up. I say juiced and ready to roll. I could not be more excited about this opportunity. I'm humbled. I'm honored to be the next head coach here at UC Riverside. I'm also honored to be one of the few Hispanic coaches in America and the only one on the West Coast. So I'm honored to be here. And this is a day of thanks for me. Truly, it is. And I think when all of us look at their careers in certain moments, I'm so thankful. And I have to do some of those things. And it starts with West. He believed in me. He believes in my vision. He believes in what I'm all about. And he lights up a room. And for a leader, that's what you need. You need somebody that excites. People call him Ted Lasso. We all know who Ted Lasso is on this show. But that's important. Positivity, energy, as Coach Muss and I say, energy, enthusiasm, effort. Those are things that are so important. And you lead every day with example by what you do, how you lead your life, the type of man you are, the type of husband, and the type of father you are. So I'm so thankful to be working hand in hand with you. And I appreciate what you've done for not only this men's basketball program, but the entire department. So thank you for everything. I appreciate it. Chancellor Wilcox, thank you. You gave me a lot of good wisdom in our talk. I have that tucked in my pocket, so thank you for that. And again, your vision and what you've done for this university over your tenure is phenomenal. The way you've grown it from people, students, administration, it does not go unlooked. And then Dr. Haynes, I want to thank you for being a part of the process as well. Sitting down with you and talking not only about our basketball program, but what we do on campus and the community. I promise you we will be a complete part of the campus community. but I thank you for your time. The hiring committee, it's a long process. So the people that were on that committee, thank you so much for sitting down with me, asking some really good questions, making me think about why this was such a good fit. And then I also want to thank Katie Youngstout, like Wes had said, from Turnkey. She's been a part of my career throughout it. And again, we've had some great conversations. She's been a phenomenal mentor. My agent, Evan Daniels from CAA, he's been alongside me, and for his support, thank you. And then I get to, my 21 years of coaching. And I know the gray hairs don't pop as much as they are, but I am 21 years in the business. And throughout that time, you get to work with unbelievable people. Coaches, you get opportunities from coaches, athletic directors, and players. And so I'm so lucky to have coached the players like Wes spoke to, NBA players, players that have played, at the next level, but unbelievable people. And the good people clause, I guess we have here, is number one. And I think it stands for right here with Coach Musselman being in the room. When you go through a career, you're lucky when you get opportunities from great leaders of men, great mentors, great coaches. I was given an opportunity by you at 36. I was a Division II head coach. You gave me an opportunity to be on your staff, and we wrote like record books. We broke records. We had an amazing run. And so for you to be here today as a mentor of mine, that's what it's all about. So I'm part of your tree now, and now you got to get us on the schedule. That's part of the rule. But
That's the rule.
and we won't hold back. But I appreciate you being here. It means so much to me to have you standing here today. I do have to thank Cal State San Bernardino. Without the players there, Sharif Eimer hiring me, I wouldn't have the opportunity to sit here. My staff, who some are here today, we all know how hard it is to go to a Final Four, to win 50 games, to have a GPA over 3.0, to have the right type of people. And that's because of the way that our staff worked, the way that the players played with heart and passion. And again, I'm so lucky to be a part of that program as well. And then, again, it's when Wes was speaking, I'm an emotional guy. I'm a passionate guy. So when he started talking about me, I got emotional. You just talking about me. So, but I'm going to talk about my family. And so, it's I'm pretty tough. I can get it done. But we've had an unbelievable run, and you guys have been a part of every stop we've had, and you guys have let me follow my dreams, my passion, my love for teaching young men, being around students, being a part of this dream of mine. And again, I love you so much, Hannah. Thank you for always being by my side. And you two guys, I told them that they had to speak today, and then they got shook. So I'm not making them do that. So they're actually happy, and they get to miss a little bit of school. So, but I love you guys, and you know how much this means to me, and just so fired up. So that's a lot of thanks. But in my life, in 21 years, that's the littlest amount that I could do. So the question is always why UC Riverside and why now and what brings you here. And number one, it's my family. This is a perfect fit for who we are. And to be a part of another family. Wes has made that extremely clear in the department and the staff. The alignment of having family is the most important piece of it. To serve the Inland Empire and to serve Riverside is something that I take a lot of pride in. Michelle actually asked me on the interview, Tim, our soccer coach, gave me a couple questions, and then he made a statement about what he foresaw in my coaching career here. And she asked me afterwards, how does that make you feel about the opportunity here? And it's a ton of pride. I have a ton of pride in being a part of this community, the Inland Empire and Riverside. To be able to be a part of a campus that serves the best students in the world, not just our country, I'm so excited to bring those type of recruits, those prospective student athletes to our campus. I could not be more fired up. When you walk around campus, it goes back to our days when Hannah and I were walking around on the UC Davis campus. Like, to be able to bring young men here to have a college career and an experience, could not be more excited. The Big West is something that this might be off. Oh, there we go. I can yell, so don't worry about it if it goes off. I'm experiencing the Big West, and when you're around a league and you've coached in it, I've brought in newcomers of the year. I've been around MVP candidates in this league, so I know what it takes to win in this league. And we know what it takes at UC Riverside. This program has shown that. Coach McPile has done a phenomenal job of putting us on this type of a escalator to the top. And so it's my job to continue that. But the recruiting fit is this. We can bring in any type of a student athlete here. We can bring in a transfer from somewhere like Northwestern. We can bring in somebody from Southern California. We can bring in an international student. we can bring somebody from a junior college, and we can keep people here in the Inland Empire, somebody from Southern California. And so for me, the fit for the recruiting, it's about bringing the perfect fit, but I'm so excited to be able to serve this community and recruit to it. And then the last couple pieces are the alignment. Wes, Chancellor Wilcox, the people here, the alignment is exactly the way that I want to do this. Bringing in, again, quality student athletes, doing it the right way, not cutting corners. That's what it's all about for me. And then the last piece is this. This program is winning. There we go, we're back. Don't worry, we'll just keep going. People always say, like, what are you going to do? And Coach talked to me about this before. When you take over a program that's won at a high rate, how does that feel? And for me, that's the most exciting piece. When I took over at Cal State San Bernardino, they had come off the Final Four. And people said, maybe that's not a great job to take over. That's a little bit scary for some people. For me, it was exciting. I knew that we could get there. And that next year, with one returner, we went back to the Final Four and we won a championship. And so for here, Coach Matt Pyle has done such a great job of raising it. And I'm excited about taking over a program that's won. And now we're on the precipice of greatness. I think all of us are here because we're right there. We have to break through the door. We have to have 3 great games in March, and we have to try to get to that. Again, all of us need to be back together on that floor celebrating at some point, cutting down a net. And so I'm excited about that opportunity, really excited. But I need all of you guys to be a part of that. So that piece of it is kind of the mindset. I'm going to give you a couple things just so you understand the culture of who we will be. And it's simple. One, my players will have high appreciation, low entitlement. And I want you to make sure that's a big piece of who I am. Respecting the degree from a UC, especially from UC Riverside, being excited about being part of a winning program, and being a part of this campus community. They'll want to win, they'll want to excel academically, and they'll want to grow socially and embrace this community. And then lastly, with that piece of our culture is, I always say this, team, teammate, self. I think we'd all, live a better life if we just focus on that. Team, teammate, self, and we'll say that over and over again as a group. Style of play, I don't know if you guys care about how we're going to play basketball, but I'd love to talk a little bit about that piece of it. Attack, be aggressive, and be confident. When I was a player, I was okay. I wasn't the best, but I was a great teammate, and I did my job. But I always thought, if I'm coaching again and with my teams, I want them to be extremely confident. Our teams will be that. On offense, we'll get shots on goal, we'll take care of the ball. Try to have 10 or less turnovers every single game. Every single time, and that's hard to do. Sharing the ball. I'd ask the room right now, how many passes do we want to get? We want to get 200 passes per game. We want to lead the Big West in assists, and especially assist to turnover ratio. And then we want to put pressure on the rim. So we want to lead the league in free throws attempted as much as possible. That gives us easy baskets. So you guys better start getting in the weight room and rack into the paint. Defensively, one-shot stops. We all know what that is. Rebound and margin is so important. So getting defensive stops, defending the three-point line. You see right now, you watch the NBA. I'm a Warriors fan, so you see Steph Curry. It's hard to guard that three-point shot, but you got to guard the three-point line. And then lastly, we'll try to cause chaos. And I always say that. Hands in the passing lanes, hands in the eyes of the players we're guarding, deflecting and being aggressive offensively. And that's really who we are. I don't try to promise we're going to be the fastest playing team in the world. That depends on how fast these guys are. But I will say this, you will take great pride in the product on the floor, the type of men that are representing you. So with that, I could not be more excited. You can tell my passion, my energy for this opportunity. I really say this. I told Chancellor Wilcox, his one promise to me was, when we get to the championship game in the Big West tournament, he's going to walk out there and hopefully we can help you get on a ladder. And that's my goal for all of us here, is to be able to enjoy a Big West championship together, to go to the NCAA tournament, to experience what all of us want to do and change the trajectory of this program, which has already been on a great trajectory. But I want to thank you. I'm super excited. Go Highlanders.
All right, folks, photographers in particular, this is your photo opportunity as we officially welcome the new head coach of UC Riverside men's basketball, Coach Gus Argenal. Round of applause.
Oh, there we go. There we go.
Everybody's in.
Raven brings the swag. Go, Raven.